Hey everybody, this is Blazy903. If you're new to the channel, please hit like and smash that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be sharing how to restore or keep the black rubber molding around your 124 Spyder and MX5 looking brand new for many years to come while using these two products. Before we get started applying the Plasti-Dip, I wanted to do a quick walk around so that I can show you the trim work. As you can see, trim work is in excellent condition. I purchased this vehicle less than 30 days ago from a dealership that had it parked outdoors, fully exposed to the elements for well over 6 months. Unfortunately, that resulted in sun damage to the driver's side trim work. And as you can see here, this is what the sun damage looks like. And as I started to research this in different forums, I realized that this is a pretty common problem. So then I started to research the value of the trim work. To buy new, this is $35. On the other side is $35. That's $70. I did not research the value of this, but from a conservative perspective, let's say that's another $70. That's $140 altogether. So then I realized, hey, I can buy a can of Plasti-Dip for $6. And then I can hit it with Glossifier, and that can cost another $6. So for $12, I can preserve the trim work that's in excellent condition and restore the section that needs restoring. So without further ado, let's get started. Spray there to make sure it's coming out smoothly. And the first application, as always, is going to be about a 50% coverage. Nothing major. Plasti-Dip is always applied in layers. The car is so small that you can easily stand behind the trunk of the vehicle and apply the product no problem. Now you always want to spray about 6 inches away. And that is it. First application done. I have allowed 15 minutes to pass, and the first application is dry. And that's what it looks like. So let's go ahead and hit it with a second coat. As always, you do your test spray. Now this application be a little thicker. And as with the first application, you want to make sure you're about 6 inches away. And then hit it with a long, continuous stroke there. Just want to make sure when you're applying that final stroke is one continuous stroke. At this point, you're looking for more coverage, and you should be at about 75% by the time the second coat is fully applied. This final stroke here, make sure you're continuous here, and then you break up and you meet there in the middle. Second coat has now been applied. This is what it looks like. And here's a little bit of advice. When you peel off the Plasti-Dip, it will peel off at the weakest point. So to further ensure that the rubber molding does not adhere to the glass, immediately after every coat, I have put in a little putty knife and just run it across like so, just to ensure that we have a gap there and that it does not adhere to the tape or the glass. And now I'm going to apply the 5th and final coat of the black. Now this last coat, I'm going to apply it on the heavier side. As with the previous coats, trying to stay 6 inches away, and with one last consistent coat across the trim. After applying 5 coats, this is the fully cured end result. Now, if you recall from the beginning of the video, this is the driver's side and the side that had the weather damage. As you can see, it's fully restored and looks new once again. In addition to that, I was able to fully protect the trim that had no weather damage. Now at this point, you can remove the excess plastic dip and call it a day, or you could apply glossifier. I tend to favor my trim work to look a little bit glossy, but in addition to that, the glossifier comes with Fade Buster, which is going to prolong the life of the plastic dip. So let's go ahead and apply the glossifier. As with the regular plastic dip, you're going to do your test spray. If you've never used glossifier before, keep in mind that it's a little bit thinner than the regular plastic dip, so your strokes are going to be a little bit faster. You don't want to stay in one spot for too long because it will drip on you. So it's as simple as that. You saw how fast I was going, and just like the plastic dip, you're going to want to stay about 6 inches away. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the car. I went ahead and removed a lot of the protective barriers that I had in place. Those barriers were put in place to limit the amount of overspray that I was gonna have to deal with on the back end. But bear in mind that the overspray easily gets removed with your finger or a microfiber towel. Additionally, I wanted to show really quick how to remove the excess plastic dip. In my previous videos, I omitted this section, and in the comments section, a lot of people wanted to see that part. So here we go. This comes off just like that, and you have a perfect line. You know, try to cut it or remove it in a 45-degree angle like this. This is actually really satisfying to do. And because plastic dip will separate itself at the weakest point is going to be where it connects. So you can see I'm not doing anything except for pulling it, and it's giving me a perfect line all the way through. And this is the overspray that I was referring to earlier, and it just comes off with your finger. But I will hit the entire vehicle with a microfiber towel and remove all of the overspray. And this is the end result. I love the way it came out. The weather damaged trim looks brand new once again. In addition to that, I was able to protect all of the trim work around the vehicle, which was important to me because if this vehicle gets discontinued, parts later on, we're talking 5-10 years from now, are going to be difficult to come by. So if I can do something to prolong the life of any part in this car, I will do it, especially for $12. So as I stated before in the video, by comparison of a projected $140 to replace all of the trim work, $12 is a great bargain. But more than anything, I was able to fix the weather damage here, which was quite honestly bothering me. I wanted to take a moment to thank you for watching one of my videos. And I also wanted to say, if you have a car that has rubber trim work around the window, it's a good idea to plastic dip the rubber trim work, because it's only a matter of time before sun damage or weather damage sets in. So with that said and with that done, as always, till the next one, drive safely.